Good evening. Good evening. I'd like to say thank you to TechMed Rainier Richter for the €5, sorry. How's it going, sticker? It's weird. I don't see that on the restream, so I got to keep the YouTube chats open. If you ever do any kind of stickers or super chats or anything like that, and you don't hear me say anything, then you can yell at me. I give you permission. Danny says he feels like he won a Wild West something or other. I don't know about that, man. Oh boy. It is Tuesday. It is 7 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time, which means it's time for another episode of the Painfully Honest Live, the live where it is so painfully honest that I already have a headache. It's either that or my allergies. I don't know. Or the fact that I was spray painting all day. I got a hand to prove it. Maybe you can't see it. See all the... I even spray painted black. So... how's everybody doing this evening? It's good to see everyone. Good morning from London. Serge, good morning to you. London, such a nice town. I like that. €5 is $6.1. In case you were wondering. Thank you, Cleo. I never keep up with the exchange rate, although it seems like the euro's down from the last time I checked. Oh man, that first vaccine. Did you get Moderna or did you get what is it? AstraZeneca? Is that the other one? Yeah. Draftsman, good morning to you. Danny, it's good to see you. Oh, my goodness. So I got another episode of the Painfully Honest podcast with Jason T. Lewis came out today. I'm going to paste the link in here. It's a rather long link. I apologize for that. It's an interesting one. It's not tech related, but it is. So, when you get older, I don't know. When you get older, the likelihood of people that you know passing away becomes more likely, I guess. And I had a friend from way back in the day pass away last week. End of the week, over the weekend. So it was it's just weird. Yes, May the 4th be with you. I was last vaccine today. I get mine like somewhere like I think in the middle of the month this month. I got the Moderna, Pfizer and Moderna. Yeah, there is is there an AstraZeneca or is there I know there's Johnson & Johnson, but maybe we don't talk about that anymore. I'm not sure. So it's I'm making this desk and you would think that making a desk would not be exhausting, but this one has been exhausting. So but after I get it done, it will be such an amazing battle station. 55-inch TV in front of me, like a little, like Star Trek. I don't know, what do they call it? AstraZeneca isn't approved here yet. That's okay. Yeah. I knew there was one, but I only here in the U.S. People, and I see on Facebook or whatever, people are only getting the other two. Wallbank, good to see you this morning. Man, Dude Mang Brozovic. See, now you didn't think I would be able to pronounce that, did you? Dude Mang Brozovic. However, Dude Mang is a thing that we used to say back in the day, back when I was just a young lad. And so there we go. But Dude Mang Brozovic, good to see you. So I grew up near Pittsburgh, and a lot of in Pittsburgh they produce like really weird vowel sounds. So like Mang is one of them, and so yeah, good to see you, dude, man. Craig, good to see you. Craig's Tech Talk is here. Thank you for the music. Thank you, TechMed, for appreciating the music. Man, I am. I did spray paint outside, so I did do that. So you got the Pfizer shot and sore all day, especially on your lower back. Are you sure they didn't put like a tab of acid in there with that? Because that's a side effect of a tab of acid as well. Just checking to be sure. Dressman says, last week I was listening to Star City. Woo! Inside the Other Days. Thank you, man. Star City is my old band. We put out 2 records, and we were on a couple of compilation records. But if you want to check out the Star City, find it on any of the streaming services that you like. Star City is my band from the days when I was in New York, and then I made a record under Jason Lewis with Jay Bennett, who used to be in he was in Wilco, and then he was solo, and he produced a record with me back in the early 2000s. And then I've made a couple of records under Star City, or no, Sad Iron Music. Sad Iron Music. So, Khalil, I would know. Danny's gone back to iOS. Sold the OnePlus and the Pixel. Bought a very nice iPhone XS Max. Man, going old school. But yeah, the XS Max is a good phone. My wife is still using her XS Max. And that's cool, man. So was it the OnePlus 9 Pro or whatever? Because, man, I've never seen a phone fall off more quickly than people's love for that phone. It was like for a week, everybody was like, "Oh my god," and then it was just gone. And then it was just gone. Oh, TechMed Rainier is now a level 1 new member wizard. Woohoo! Oh, I don't have my sound effects. Woohoo! Ka-ching! How's that? Thank you, man. If you guys want to become level 1 wizards as well, it only costs you, I believe, $2 a month. $2 a month is all it costs to become a level 1 wizard. Oh, the Nord, the OnePlus North 5G. I got you. So AirPods 3 or AirPods Pro 2? Good question. Since the AirPods Pro came out, I don't really have any interest in the regular AirPods anymore. I don't know. I just don't. The AirPods 2, I still think of all of them, AirPods 2 or AirPods Pro, sorry. AirPods Pro probably the best bang for your buck. If you can have bang for your buck at $250 retail, that's what they are. I still like them better than most noise canceling true wireless earbuds. Although I haven't used them for a while. I will be honest, mostly because I have so many little. I'm very disorganized, and that's part of the problem. I don't know where anything is, so. Khalil says. No, all right. Says if I had enough money, I would go get both an iPhone and an Android and a Mac and a PC. Get the best of both worlds. Use Apple right now, though. Yeah, well, I think it is the best of all worlds to have all of the things. I have I have a dirty secret to tell you. If you've been on the stream, you might know this already. But I am on the PC now, full time on the PC for I think 2, maybe 3 weeks at this point. I did not see Travis's video, so all right asks, did you see Travis MCP's video where he was able to track his friend with AirTags without him knowing? No, I did not see that. Now, so I was just reading up on the AirTags because I do have an AirTag rant to go into here, and what I'm hoping to do is, we'll do our little like, hey, hail, fair weather, met whatever stuff here at the beginning, and then I'll go into my little spiel about the AirTags, because I want to be able to pull it out for a standalone video for those people who don't avail themselves of the opportunity to come here to the live show. And reading about the AirTags, I did not think it would really be possible. Like, once it disconnected from the Bluetooth of the phone, according to what I read, it said it would disconnect and start making a noise. So I don't know. That's interesting. Did Travis just like stay within 800 feet of it? Oh, Jerry Rig Everything had an AirTags video today. Was it a destroy the AirTags video? I mean, of course it was. That's what he does. But I didn't see any iFixit video, but I did see some images from the iFixit where they drilled a hole in the AirTag, and I thought that was clever. You put it on your keychain without having to spend $60 whatever it is to get an AirTag thong. Dong, da, dong, dong, dong. Yeah. Does anybody use that word anymore? Thong? Because when I was a kid, it was a word for flip-flops, right? And then it was a word for women's underwear. I mean, I guess it was always a word for women's underwear as well. But now I just don't see it being used as anything else except referring to women's underwear. However, like any kind of leather strap that holds something can also be referred to as a thong. I just want that. Sorry, can't stop myself. I can't stop myself. Yeah, the big payback. So TechMed Rainier says the AirTags only tell you that you're being tracked by a foreign AirTag. When using the iPhone 11 or 12, and only does when you enter the home or address of one of your major addresses. I see. Well, so stalking's not out of the question then. I just have to find somebody to stalk with an iPhone XS Max. That's you, Danny. I can track Danny with my AirTag. I didn't get any AirTags. I didn't do it. Didn't get any. No, Franklin. It's you never know what's going to happen on the Painfully Honest live show. You just might hear, you just might hear the thong song. You might hear any number of things on the Painfully Honest live show. I heard "Big Payback" by James Brown this morning on the old Sonos, and I don't have any idea what he's talking about ever at all. And the song goes on for like 20 minutes. I'm like, what are you talking about? Cisco, yes. Cisco did sing the thong song. That's really fun to say. It's like a tongue twister, the thong song. The thong song. Thong, 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 thong. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You one chip in the AirPods. But no, guys keep coming so fast. You one chip in the AirPods Pro 2. I doubt it. Because see, the thing is, like, I've never seen a U1 chip in person, but I would imagine that will they be small enough to fit into the little thingy? I don't know. Maybe in the case. But the problem is you never lose the case. You never lose the case. You always lose one of the headphones, and then you're screwed. Then you are screwed, ladies and gentlemen. This morning's coffee, microwaved, is always the best coffee. I just want that. No. Yeah. Um, oh man, Cisco is so much promise. Miriam, good morning to you. Well, I guess good evening to you from Oregon in the US of A. Oregon. Oregon. I just watched some kind of documentary about Oregon or something that was really creepy. But that's neither here nor there to you. I'm just, free associating at this point. TechMed says, to be honest, I'm on Samsung as my personal device, and use the Galaxy Smart Tags for my house and car keys. It's fine, but I could live without them. You know what? That's a good point. We have been living without them for millennia. We've been driving cars with keys that we found ourselves for a century or more. Oh my. I'm not joyous. This is what we call punch drunk. Like I didn't know how I was going to I was really tired. I think it's cuz I'm old and I'm out of shape. But yeah. So I'm not necessarily joyous but punch drunk. And I'll just enjoy that. Rebecca loses a case all the time. How do you lose your case? I mean, I see that like it has to be close by, doesn't it? Because you got your AirPods in your ears, right? Um, I don't know. Did Cisco have any other hits? Well, this sounds like a job for the Google squad, or me Googling Cisco. Cisco was in a movie where he was like performing live for somebody's like bar mitzvah or something. Sisqo. Cisco. Let's see here. Let's just go to Cisco's Wikipedia page. Yeah. Discography. Let's see. Oh, so he was in Drew Hill? I did not know that. Okay, so with Drew Hill, he put out 4 records. He put out 4 solo records, mixtapes, compilations. He's got a 20th Century Masters, the best of Cisco. So okay, let me share my screen with you guys so you can see this. Select window. Hey, there it is. Allow. Let's look at it. Okay, so there it is. I mean, Cisco has a much more in-depth discography than I ever anticipated. That's his filmography. Yeah. Well, where's his oh yeah. He's won a bunch of awards. Woo. Male Artist of the Year. Hot 100 Singles Artist of the Year. Wow. I had no idea that Cisco yeah, the Thong Song, man. You would think he would have won more stuff at the MTV Video Music Awards. But this is let's see, the Billboard Music Awards. He won everything in 2000. 2001, he was nominated for some things. Yeah, well, it looks like 2000, 2001 were the years of the Cisco, but he's done a lot of stuff. He's put out records 2001, then 2008, 9, 10, 13, 20. So yeah, no, those are films. Anyway, Cisco. Thong, 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 thong. Yeah. So, oh man. So yeah, there you go. I mean, see, you can learn something new every day if you just open yourself up to it, Danny. Just open yourself up to the Cisco. Oh my. So anyway, let's talk about these AirTags things. Let's give myself a timestamp. It's 2:23 at 30 seconds. Let's talk about the AirTags, because we waited for the AirTags forever, right? We waited for the AirTags. Waited. Finally, they come, and I think, oh, a total afterthought of a product. No one's going to care about it. Nothing really to discuss here about the AirTags. But lo and behold, all of a sudden the AirTag, maybe it was because they were the first product to come out, but all of a sudden they come out and everybody is talking about the AirTags. Everybody's got to have an AirTag. Everybody's got to have, every YouTuber's got to have an AirTag video. Every, website's got to have a teardown. There's got to be a how-to AirTag. What is an AirTag? All of this other stuff. You would think that the AirTags were somehow like a magical being that Apple had created that gives you powers of wealth or something. The AirTag is a glorified little GPS tracker for your keys. For your keys. That's all it is. That's all it is. AirTags are just a glorified tracker for your keys. But since they're made by Apple, I guess, they're worth talking about. All these people making AirTag videos. Now, somebody's got to tell me, why do we have to have AirTag videos? What? AirTags, okay, they cost $30 or $99 for 4, and you can put them on a thong with your keys, a key fob, and track your keys. As I said earlier, though, we've been keeping track of our keys, regardless of how well we might have been doing so. We've been tracking our keys for a century without AirTags. So you got your keys, you got luggage tags. One question I saw was, do AirTag, like if you put an AirTag luggage tag on your luggage, will it be able to go through whatever, like survive the airplane ride or something like that? And I guess the general answer is yes. But here's my question. You put an AirTag thong on your luggage, and if your luggage gets lost, what good is the AirTag going to do you? What good is the AirTag going to do you if the airline loses your luggage? You might know if your AirTag is within 800 feet of you, and that's about it. As far as I understand it, the AirTag is good for like 800 feet. 800 feet, which might be the length of my house. No, it's probably like the length of 2 or 3 houses here in my neighborhood. I don't know. I can't visualize 800 feet, but it's a decent distance, but not really like a long distance. So if you put an AirTag on your luggage and the luggage gets lost, who cares? Who cares? It won't make any difference. It won't make any difference. And it's not like it's a new product either. Like Tech for Your Needs says here, Tile has been a product for, I don't even know how long, a long time. Tile has been a product for a long time. As he mentions, they have come in multiple form factors. They are a mature product that, people have been using. And there was another one too that I had in my like we bought 4 or 5 of them when my daughter first started school, or sometime, around there, by another company, not Tile, but another company. I can't remember the name of them, but yeah. So it's not like Apple has like suddenly unlocked the secret of the Knights Templar or something. AirTags look like a cross between a watch battery and a Mentos. They have a watch battery, well, not a watch battery, but they have one of those, what is it, CR2032 flat batteries. And it's so, and the battery's good for a year. But why do people care? Okay, people in the audience out there, people in the audience, do you care about the AirTags? Let's see a show of hands by way of chat. Put a Y in the chat if you care about AirTags, and an N in the chat if you don't. Y or N? Because I don't know. So Theron is using a Tile for his card wallet. Yeah, that makes sense. If Apple made an AirTag wallet, I think that's what I've heard a lot of people say, that they would care about that. But I just don't get it. I got into an argument, well, sort of an argument, a boisterous discussion with Alt Dad Tech and some other folks about AirTags and how Apple gets all this press that they don't deserve. And I don't know that it's that they don't deserve them. I don't know if it's that they don't deserve the press. It's just that it's a slow month in tech. I don't know. The Galaxy, what were the Galaxy tags, whatever they were called, they came out and nobody cared. Nobody made videos about those. Nobody at all made videos about those. As the population gets older, people will care about AirTags more. So maybe that's a point, but you're not supposed to track people with the AirTags. You're not supposed to track people with the AirTags. The AirTags are supposed to be for finding your keys and other like non-Snoopy security risky things, supposedly. And I'm not going to ascribe intent on Apple or any of the people who might use the AirTag. But the AirTag seems silly. It seems just really, not that it won't be a useful product to some people, not that it won't help people to find their keys or anything like that, but oh my God, do we have to have just like a vomiting of videos about the AirTags, a vomiting of press about the AirTags? I mean, and the same thing is going to happen whenever we get out these new Apple products. Some of them will deserve it, some of them won't. I mean, I'm going to start calling this the Apple silly season, right? Because as much as I am an Apple fan and I love Apple, I will be the first to say that I just don't get it when people go on and on and on about AirTags. People, like on Friday, the purple iPhone color came out, and I saw some Instagram posts and I saw some Twitter posts and maybe a couple of videos, but you would think that people would be going crazy over finally a purple iPhone, but no, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the purple iPhone, and this is where tech has gone. This is why I called this episode of the live stream, AirTags are everything wrong with tech. We have now jumped the shark. The stuff that used to be important about tech, the phones, nobody really cares about anymore, right? Nobody really cares. Now it's doodads and new colors and all this other silly crap. And again, like, I'm not saying that the products themselves aren't going to bring joy to someone, but do we really need to have them like shouted to the rooftops ad nauseum? My answer is no. And according to the chat, their answer is no as well. And I asked my fellow YouTubers who went out and made AirTag videos like good YouTubers should, how were the views on those AirTag videos? Because I don't know. This dude's just getting old. Oh, it's on now. Group Anonymous doesn't even use a name, and now he's a member of Anonymous. So I better be careful. He might come and get me. This dude's just getting old. Try an apostrophe, because I'm only one dude. All right. Purple iPhone video. I wanted to make a purple iPhone video. I gotta be honest. But I couldn't find it. I couldn't find one in stock. They were all gone. Rebecca says, I want Apple to make a product purple range for epilepsy research. That's a good idea. Okay, show of hands. Y or N, is this dude's just getting old? Oh my. Augustine SOB, or I'm not supposed to say Saab. Augustine Saab says, Apple still needs to explain the absence of a keyhole on the AirTags. Yes, similar to selling their iPhone without the charger. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Um, go to iFixit. They'll put a hole in it for you, or you can follow their guide to how to drill a hole in your AirTags. But how are they going to sell you their accessory to their accessory if they actually give you like a way to put a keychain on it without buying the accessory? Come on, man. Come on. With each passing day, we are all getting old. It's true. The white bezels on the iMac are a travesty. A travesty, like COVID-19 travesty, or a travesty like, oh, I'm wearing white out of season travesty. Like, which kind of travesty are you talking about? That's what I want to know. I hate the front of the iMac, says Kayvon. Just wanted to look like the Pro Display XDR. Well, dude, see, this is part of the problem. This is part of the thing. Apple, if you want a Pro XDR display, Pro Display XDR, whatever it is, then you gotta pump out the dough. Pump out the dough. Although I did see Dbrand. I think Dbrand has a skin for that. So the bezels should be black. I agree. It's the same thing as when they used to release the product red iPhone with the white bezel on the front. Yeah, I get it. I don't like it either. But it is what it is. I have a feeling they're going to sell a crap ton, a metric crap ton of these iMacs. And I'm on the fence as to whether or not I feel good about that, right? I'm on the fence as to whether or not I feel good about that. I mean, it's a great computer for a majority of people, right? Good display, it's got colors. The majority of people are gonna get a lot of use out of this new iMac. But it's just like a non-starter for me. I mean, maybe you guys can help me out here, because I have to decide, like, do I order one of these iMacs to review, or do I just let it go, or do I get an iPad? And the iPad, to me, like, if I'm buying for myself, I have no need for the new iMac. If I'm buying for the viewing public of my YouTube channel, then maybe I do, right? I've got to start thinking that way, because if I keep thinking like, well, I need this, I don't need anything anymore. There's nothing that I need anymore personally to do my job. There's just nothing that I need. So I can't think that way anymore. I got to start thinking about what the people might want. What do the people want? So I probably will order an iMac, but I'll just tell you straight up, I'm probably not going to keep it. Because there's no point for it, And then, like, with the iPad, with the M1, I've said this before, I've got a 2018 iPad that has, like, really not all that much different performance. Not that the M1 won't outperform it. It's just that I have no need to actually I can't make it perform as it should with that chip. We got a super chat coming in from TechMed Rainier. I thought you had to leave. I'm glad to see you back. Dbrand has a black skin for the iMac. It's $600. $600 for the whole thing. Now that sounds impossible. That's like you're going to debrand the entire iMac, like not just the bezel, but the entire iMac. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the super chat though, man. Appreciate it. Ivan says, I just turned 50 a few days ago, and I'm as childish as I've ever been. My wife tells me I'm good as hell in, well, okay. All right, that's good for you, man. I know that I've slowed down in my old age, but you know, Scott wants the mini LED, and I understand that. I'm curious about the mini LED. I feel like the word "want" might be strong. If all things were equal, I would take the new one and get rid of my old one, and maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that. But if I'm being practical, I don't really need to do that. Who knows? Who knows? Well, who am I to say? I'm not an influencer. It's just the imagination. Or am I? Or am I? Am I an influencer? Speaking of influencer, have I mentioned the sponsor for tonight's live stream and all the live streams that are going on in May of this year, 2021? Restream. Restream has been sponsoring the channel, and if you have any, I gotta fine tune my Restream pitch, right? And so here's the thing: if you yourself don't have the need for Restream, right? If you yourself don't have the need for Restream in your life, it's quite possible that somebody out there in your life does, because Restream does all the things that all the platforms do. Do you know a teacher? Do you know any entertainers? Do you know anybody? And like, do you work in an office, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Restream, web-based platform, no downloads, no like installing anything on your computer. It recognizes your camera, and then you go away you go, and you can do all kinds of cool things like I'm doing here with the chat, and you can have call outs like I have here, and all that kind of cool fun stuff. So Restream is something that I recommend you all check out, because otherwise they'll stop sponsoring the channel, and we don't want that. We don't want that. But it's restream.io/join/PHT. That's restream.io/join/PHT. And it's just easy. It's just easy. Now, I've used other web-based platforms. When we had the Painfully Honest Tech podcast, we used another platform. That one was often a little bit like, there would be some technical issues. Restream has been like butter, and you can stream to up to over 30 platforms. Right now, I'm streaming to 2 YouTube channels, 2 Facebook pages, Twitter, and Twitch. So restream.io/join/PHT. That is the end. That is the end of my begging for you to go to Restream and sign up for free. For free. They have a free plan. But I need people to sign up. Otherwise they're going to boot me. I need to eat past May. Anyway, Krutz. I think the iMac would be a lot better purchase if it had target display mode or something similar. I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to tell me what that is. X Plumber says, buy the iMac. I'm being selfish. When I'm considering buying something, I like to get your take on it. That's all. You don't need to keep it. See, that's the thing. Rene Ritchie, in all the wisdom that Rene Ritchie has, and he does. Oh man, we got new members. I see new members happening. Scott, thank you for the new membership. Donk, 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 donk. As well as Ivan. It's the big payback. I'm not going to do the James Bond squealy thing or the James Brown squealy thing, but thank you both for becoming members of the Painfully Honest Tech. You guys will reap all the benefits. All the benefits that come with membership. Membership has its privileges. I'll give whoever knows what that's from. What that was what was it, like a little call theme thingy? Why is my brain not working? Probably because it's tired and dumb. Stephen D, good to see you this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whenever it is. Wow, I just went back to Cisco. I got to look up this dbrand thing. iMac. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look. Oh my god. Oh my god. So you can get the bezel for $50. Let's go full screen for you guys. You can get the bezel for $50. The front in a signature skin for $60. The whole body is $500. This to me sounds like a joke. It only comes in matte black. Oh man, dbrand is trolling Apple. Dbrand is trolling Apple. That's what's happening here. Dbrand is trolling Apple. And I love it. I love it. But the dbrand full body skin is 1/3 the cost of the entire iMac. dbrand key fob coming in June. No, that's just a skin for the key fob that's going to be $20. Ace, good to see you this evening, my friend. Good to see you. All right, show of hands. Who's going to go out and buy a pink iMac and then put the matte black dbrand skin on it for an extra $600? $610 plus tax and shipping. Who's? Oh, you mean Johnny Ive? Johnny Ive. Let's be honest. Apple, since Johnny Ive left, has been a much better place than it was before he left. Johnny was getting, he was getting a little snooty in his things. He was the one who started the whole like gold Apple Watch, blah blah blah. And yes, they still sell Hermes Apple Watch bands for a stupid amount of money and all that kind of stuff. But Johnny, he had his time. He had his time, and now his time is gone. That is a good question. Tech Free Needs wants to know. And I believe he deserves an answer. MKBHD is going to have, the dbrand skin. We all know that MKBHD could have any dbrand skin that he wanted. Like they would overnight FedEx it to him in a golden box. Am I right? Or am I right? They would. Rebecca, I agree with you. I feel like Johnny was holding Apple back a little bit as well. He did Apple Park. He did the original iMacs. He did the iPods. He did a lot of great, the iPhone. I'm not trying to knock the guy down. His design's amazing, et cetera, et cetera. However, I don't think that he was connecting with the people anymore. Oh, we got another new member of the Wizard Squad in Ace. Or no. Airsoft. Airsoft. Dong, 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 dong. Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. Welcome to the Wizard Squad. Welcome to the Wizard Squad. Danny says, I bet Apple could stop manufacturing phones and there is still enough for everyone considering the used market out there. Well, maybe. The thing is, like, I do know that Apple does a very good job of, like, sort of, understanding their inventory pressure and getting stuff into the stores as they can. Now, I don't know how this chip shortage is affecting Apple, if at all. Although, let's remember that in March, according to the sage one, John Prosser, a while back, and I'm not holding him to this. I'm just saying I remember having a conversation with him. We were going to see a iPhone SE Plus in March. Now, lots of things happened between then and now, but we haven't seen nor heard anything about iPhone SE Plus. Now, I would be down for an iPhone SE Plus. I don't know about anybody else, but we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. And yes, Tech for Your Needs, thank you for welcoming the new members. Oh, we have another one. TechMade Rainier just upgraded to the Wizard Squad. Bam! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Snowman, good to see you. Khalil says down. I don't know what that means. What's the worst product Apple ever made? That is a good question. That is a really good question. Man, I don't know. I mean, we could discuss worst product by thinking about what is their least successful or, like failed product, a product that did not sell or did not function correctly or something like that. Which I think everybody would look to like the Newton. And the Newton was just an iPad before its time. Yeah. That's the one that everybody talks about. But the worst product Apple made. Wow. Again, I'm going to have to go to the internet and like history of Apple products, because I just feel like we're not thinking about there's something that we're missing that was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Every product Apple has made so far. Okay. Newton. Macintosh TV. I never even heard of that. Look at this. Macintosh TV. Wait, no. There we go. Scroll back. Yeah, here we go. Macintosh TV, 1993. That was not anything. An eMate. Never heard of an eMate before. Apple Cinema Display. Those were good. iMac G3. Hot. Slot loading iMac. I got one of those back there. Power Mac G4. iPod second generation. Airport Express. Now, we could also have a conversation about products that Apple discontinued that they never should have discontinued. like the airport line of products. Those things were awesome. And nothing has ever actually replaced them. Nothing is like the airport time capsule right here, 2008. Ever since nothing's ever like, I want a router with hard drive storage. Second gen time capsule, iPod Shuffle, iPod Nano, 6th generation. I would say that this iPod Nano, I remember this just was around for a second. So that might have been a failed product, but not the worst. This 5th generation time capsule right here in 2013, that was a big deal. I don't know. This goes up to 2018. HomePod. It's not the worst product that Apple ever made, but I think we could all agree that the HomePod was a failure, right? Failure. I think based on all of this, we're going to have to go with Newton. We're going to have to go with the Newton. Because everything else on here is either like tiny little niche product or, oh man, I remember these StyleWriter printers. Those are sweet. Oh, Apple had a camera. Check this out, 1994, 1993, 94, Apple was trying some things. Because they had the Newton, they had the Macintosh TV, and then in 94, they had the Apple QuickTake camera. Oh, I knew there was something. Look at this. The Pippin. The Apple Bandai Pippin. This was Apple's gaming console that I think only came out in like the most limited way possible. So I think that the Pippin wins. I think that the Pippin wins. As the worst product that Apple ever conceived of, because it never came out. Never came out. The original iBook was, so Danny says the original iBook was terrible. I don't disagree, but I mean, you have to look at, like, you got to start somewhere, right? And so they started there, but the iBook is the great grandfather of the current MacBooks. So, I mean, I guess that's all right. The Pippin, Khalil, the Pippin might have been good. It might have been good. I'm not saying that it wasn't good or it didn't have the potential to be good. It just never happened. I don't think it ever saw wide release at all, which is crazy that they would go to all that trouble. I'm scrolling further back now to the 80s. The 80s. Man. You know how much, like, this Macintosh XL, this thing would have been like $9,000. It's just crazy. The Apple I, which was like a wood box with a keyboard. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe that when Apple first started selling the Apple I was just like a circuit board. It was just the stuff. And then you got to put it in your own box. So we complain about not getting a charger in the box, not having a headphone jack. I mean, when they started out, Apple didn't even give it a box. Nothing to put it in. Nothing to put it in at all. Ace asks, what's the best Apple product that you, Jason, ever owned or own? Good question. Good question. The one that I appreciate the most, the one that I wish was still a thing, it is the iPod. Probably the iPod Classic 5.5 is like the sort of pinnacle of iPod. It had the best DAC in it. It had a Wolfson DAC in it, I believe, and it was great. We got a super chat from VAC373. Thank you ever so much. TechMed Rainier Richter is up to painfully honest member now. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. See, the Apple Sock. Now, I'm not even going to count the Apple Sock right now. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, good night to you, TechMed Rainier. I really appreciate all the support this evening. You've been awesome. Have a good night. The sock, I don't count the sock because the sock was was an accessory, right? So I didn't count the sock. Maybe I should have counted the sock because it doesn't look like they list accessories here. Yeah, I don't see the sock on this list, but back, I don't even remember when it was. It was like mid-period iPod, right? And I would say mid-period iPod, they came out with these multicolored iPod socks. Let me see it. I'll look for it. iPod sock. Okay. So here we go. The iPod sock. This is from 2012 when Apple removed the iPod sock from the online store. Oh, so sad. So sad. But there you go. The iPod sock came in gray, orange and yellow, pink and pink, blue and blue, green and green, purple and purple. Now, who wouldn't love to have an iPod sock that they could put their iPhone in? Right? That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, the iPod sock was a thing. And I don't know why they did it. I don't know why I don't know why that was ever a thing. The only thing that I can think, because I don't know if you guys have ever gone outside with something with like a lithium ion battery when it's like below freezing. Um, but when it's below freezing, like your lithium ion battery will freeze, and I got a fly in here. Go away, fly! You bugged me. Yeah, the lithium ion batteries will freeze. So I remember I had a pair of Beats Solo 3s, I think, and they would just freeze on the way to work every every day. Oh, the iPod Hi-Fi speaker. Where was that on that list? I loved that thing. I loved that thing. Let's find it. That had to have been around 2005-ish. I want to say 2004 maybe. Let's see. We've got. It's not on here. It's not on here. But I did really like that. I wanted that thing so bad. I ended up getting like a knockoff one that was cheaper because I couldn't afford something like that. But yeah, it's not on this list. So yeah, somebody mentioned though that the iPod socks match the new iMacs. The iPod socks match the new iMacs, and they do almost to a T. Almost to a T. It's crazy. So we got gray, orange, pink, blue, green, purple. Is that all the colors of the iMacs? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that if that's all the colors of the iMacs or not. I think it is. I think it is. Let me iMac 24. Okay. We're going to Apple's official site here. We're just tooling all over the internet tonight. So we got blue, we got silver, blue, purple, red, pink, orange, yellow, green. And then we go back here. Purple, gray, blue, orange, pink. No yellow. Well, I mean there's yellow here. So all the colors are in there, right? Maybe you could get an iPod sock for your iMac. That would be awesome. Well, see, we could count this yellow and orange one as the orange and the yellow if we wanted to. But see, Apple does this, and people notice these things when they do the whole like event thing, right? They notice these things, and they're like, oh look, it's the same colors as the old iMacs. It sort of is. So yeah, that's crazy. The hi-fi is on which page? I want to see the hi-fi. Let me look it up. Oh, wait a minute. This is when you know leaks have gone too far. Oh my. This is the headline. Sketchy rumor suggests Apple could announce hi-fi Apple Music alongside AirPods in a few weeks. That's from like 4 days ago. Sketchy rumor. Who's responsible for this sketchy rumor? Hits Daily Double. Yeah. At least it's nobody we know. That's not what I was looking for. iPod Hi-Fi. Okay, here we go. Yeah, look at this thing. This thing was incredible. You're telling me that failed? Oh man, look at that. Have I found have I found any AirTag accessories that are worth it? No. 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 Uh Worst so you typed in worst Apple products ever made. The list was made by Macworld. Yeah. Khalil, are you saying I was like, are you saying Prosser because of the sketchy rumor? Or are you saying Prosser because he's here? I don't know which. I don't know which. Tangerine. Now you've got a Led Zeppelin song in my head, Drumlord. Drumlord. Stop it. I don't want a Led Zeppelin song in my head, man. I had Big Payback and the Thong song in my head at the same time. AirTag thimble. Yeah. Yeah. Companies need to stop using hi-fi to mean CD quality. I didn't know they did that. Did they do that? Hi-fi to me is just like something that sounds good. Oh, oh man. Let's see. What do we got going on here? I want to get an AirTag just so I can drill a hole in it, because I'm really bad at drilling things. Speaking of which, oh man, so we were talking about these CR2032 batteries that go in the AirTags, right? So I saw this. It was either on Instagram Reels or TikTok. I don't remember which one, but this guy had a piece like a thick cut ham, right? They had this piece of thick cut ham, and the guy took one of those batteries and he's like, okay, I'm going to show you what happens if you swallow one of these batteries. And he puts it on the ham, and then he folds the ham over, and he's like, here's what it looks like after 2 hours. And it was like slightly corroded and gross looking. And then here's what it looks like after 3 hours. And like the battery acid was leaking out, and like there was smoke coming off of the ham. And I was just like, oh my God, that's disgusting. So, anyway, wait, Tidal Hi-Fi is I thought, wait a minute. I thought Tidal only had one hi-fi, like streaming, like MQA streaming level. I'm confused. iBooks author. Oh yeah. Having high school or college textbooks on your iPhone or iPad seems so great. Well, there is a competitor. It's a small company. You may have heard of it, called Amazon. And no, but yeah, Amazon is the reason that iBooks and any of that stuff. I mean, I think that iBooks, the product that you get with iBooks is it's a nicer interface. It's nicer all around. However, Amazon just is too big to compete with in any of that stuff. So, and once Amazon bought CreateSpace, and basically they took over. They bought CreateSpace, which was like the self-publishing, print-on-demand book publisher of choice, and made it part of Amazon. And so, yeah, and I think a lot of textbook publishers, if I remember correctly, a lot of textbook publishers now offer like PDF versions of their books. So iBooks Author was like a self-publishing platform, if I recall correctly. There was a little bit more than that, but yeah, it was like something where you could like create your own ebook. So yeah, but I believe that most textbook manufacturers now they make their stuff available in PDF as well, and probably charge extra for it because why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah, yeah. But I mean, say what you will about Amazon. Amazon is very, very good at what they do. And for somebody like who wants to publish their own work or start their own press, and publish other people's work or anything like that, using CreateSpace is so freaking easy. And I mean, it's just, I published my book using CreateSpace for the physical copies. And my book is available on Amazon. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I wrote a book. It's called The 14th Colony. And yeah, so you can get it for free on the Amazon right now. And let me see, the 14th goldfish. No, that's not the one that I'm looking for. Where is it? All right, I'm going to show you how this is going to make me sad, but I'll share it with you. Where'd it go? All right. For those of you who are into history, the 14th colony was supposed to comprise of part of Pennsylvania, part of what is now West Virginia, part of Ohio. And it was going to be called Vandalia. Ah, there we go. There we go. Jason T. Lewis. That's me. That's me. You can get a paperback for $10 or a free Kindle book. If you want to read something that I wrote, there it is. There it is for you, folks. Yay. Free. Free is the best price. Yeah, called Vandalia. It was going to be named Vandalia. Ben Franklin was actually one of the sponsors of this new colony. They actually had a capital, which was it's now in West Virginia. And I'll remember the name as soon as I stop trying to think of it. But anyway, they were naming it Vandalia in homage to the current queen, who was a Vandal. And yeah, so Vandalia was a colony. They surveyed the whole thing. It was all going to happen, and then that little thing, the Revolutionary War, happened. And by the time that was all over, everybody was just like, Vandalia, what? And it never happened. Never happened. So that's my story. Have I heard the rumors from JSLA 001 over on Twitch? Have I heard the rumors about the MacBook coming in white bezels to match the new iMac colors? I have not heard that. The iMac bezels are so slim now anyway. Same Vandals as Sacked Rum. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think that would be them. I hope not. I mean, I hope not, because that would be ugly. But it would be like a MacBook Air, right, with colors. So it tracks with Apple's, like, how Apple usually trots out their product lines. The more consumer facing products get the more consumer-ish. Yeah. So I, kind of like the MacBook 12-inch. Khalil says, "Call me crazy. I kind of miss the iPad and iPhone white bezels. I do prefer black, but the white bezels were a nice twist with the all-screen iPhones, the notch. So okay, you're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy." Because the one thing I didn't like about the white bezels on the iPhone or on the iPad was that it made the edges of the screen very noticeable. And so one thing I like about the iPad especially is that, it just kind of like, it's just screen. So yeah. Talk about this cheap LG phone. What LG phone do I recommend? Cheap LG phone? Man, I tell you what, I would get a used LG V50 personally. I think that would be a good choice. Or a used LG V60 if you can find a good price on one. You could also go with the LG Velvet. I'm thinking of ones that have headphone jacks. I wouldn't want to go too far back because who knows how long LG is gonna support them. But I would go with the V50, the V60, or the Velvet at a good used price. I don't know what they're going for currently. I mean, I looked. They were charging like $850 or $950 for a V60 on Verizon's website, but that's stupid. Nobody would ever pay that price. So, what's only $399? This LG phone. LG. Oh, the G8X. Yes. The G8X at $399 with the dual screen case is a bargain at twice the price. Well, not twice the price. Is a bargain for sure. Yes, I would definitely get this phone. I would definitely get this phone for that price and be happy about it all day long. So, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's got the quad DAC, it's got the dual screen. Yeah, for sure. It's a really that's a really good phone for that price, especially. I think I bought mine for like $600 last year, and I was like happy about it. So yeah, definitely. Let's see. Khalil had an iPhone 4S in white. What was that? Probably the silver one. Yeah, if anybody wants a good phone, a good phone for a cheap price, $400 for the G8X is crazy. So Airsoft says, now that LG's out of the phone market, the phone's skyrocketed in price. That's what I'm counting on because I got a few of them. I got a few of them laying back in the cut. That I can. I mean, I actually got rid of my V60 to keep the V50 a while back. And I kind of wish I hadn't. I mean, I liked the V50 form factor better. It was just a little bit smaller and easier to hold, easier in the hand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But no, it's not a mid-range phone. The G8X is not a mid-range phone. It's a full-fat flagship phone from last year. The Fold 2, I already had the Fold 2. The Fold 3 is what you're asking about. And I don't if it's what the people want. Do the people want me to get the Fold 3? Because I'll do it if that's what you want. But I don't know. Folding iPhone. We're not going to see a fold. If we see a folding iPhone before 2023, 24, I'll be very surprised. And in fact, I would guess that the folding phone craze would die out, possibly, before we see a folding iPhone. But yeah, as long as the Fold 3 is not like stupidly priced, I will get it and I'll check it out. If you own an LG phone, update. So LG has pledged 3 years of continuing updates if your phone is actually in line for that. 3 years of continued support for their phone. I haven't read what that entails, but they have promised thus. So I guess, I guess you're safe to buy an LG phone for if you want to, I mean, most Android phones only get 2 years of support in the first place, and then they stop getting updates, period. So yeah. If they do in fact if they do in fact continue to support in that way, then yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? Portless iPhone. Do I think? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a portless iPhone in 2021. Wouldn't be surprised. Um, they've already introduced the MagSafe, and the MagSafe will be what replaces that. They'll have to crank up the MagSafe charging power somehow. But yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Pro phones weren't portless this year, and if not this year, then next for sure. Do I think we'll see an iPhone with an M1 chip? Now, I know Rene Ritchie made a video about this. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. The only thing that I would be concerned about with an iPhone with an M1 chip is if there were any concerns about size of the chip, and I don't know how it compares to the A series chips, and whether or not there would be a thermal concern with that much power in that small a space. And if there's not, then I think that's what we'll see. Why not? I mean, they put the M1 chip in everything else. Everything else. So why not? But yeah, I think we'll see a portless phone. And I remember hearing, Khalil, that the iPhone 10 was supposed to be portless. And here's the thing, like, I don't really care about a port or not, I guess. It depends on how you use your phone. Is your phone something that you use as a semi-professional device that you want to plug things into or whatever? I mean, that wasn't a concern for them when they took away the headphone jack. They just took away the headphone jack, and plenty of people use the headphone jack for microphones and all this other stuff. So I don't see them being bothered by the fact that it would inconvenience people. Apple's never been bothered by the fact that anything that they do inconveniences their customers. They've never been bothered by that. So, I mean, but here's the thing, Stephen. They had to muster up courage to take away the headphone jack. I mean, what comes after courage? What comes after courage? I don't know. Will they have to, like, summon a demon from somewhere or something? I think portless is probably the future of every phone. And as Drone Lord says, portless will likely be waterproof. And Rebecca makes a good point here. Portless iPhone makes sense considering the EU wants all charging ports to be USB-C, and the only way Apple would get around that is by going portless. Although I do wonder, if Apple goes portless, then how does that edict from the EU apply? Does it apply at all? Because, like, not only are they not giving you USB-C, they're not giving you anything. They're not giving you anything at all. You have to have a wireless charger, right? So, sacrifice comes after courage. Yes, they're storming the beaches of Normandy, and the enemy is the port. So Ming Chi Kuo says no portless in 2021, says Ming Chi Kuo. Okay, or Kuo Ming Chi, depending on whether or not you want to put the names in the right order. I gotcha. So we'll see. Rob asks, do you prefer a dual SIM or a single SIM in a phone? Any performance drop when using two SIMs? I don't. In my experience, dual SIM is not as prevalent here in the U.S. for reasons that I don't understand. Usually, most phones these days have, like, a regular SIM and then an eSIM, like an electronic SIM card, so they can register with two. I've never used a dual SIM card, but I've never heard anybody claim anything about performance. I wouldn't see why dual SIM would impact performance unless somebody out there in the chat knows anything different. But I don't think it would affect performance at all. No. E-Uploads says, I want the headphone jack back. AirPods are going to be terrible for the environment when their battery stops working. Yeah, but I mean, just they join the long line of other stuff that's terrible for the environment when it comes to electronics. I hear what you're saying. And this has been an argument that people have made, and it's a decent argument to consider the fact that all of these wireless headphones that don't have replaceable batteries are going to be e-waste in 5 years, right? Or less. So yeah, it's not going to be a good thing. I mean, you could keep a good pair of headphones you can keep for life, right? So yeah, I don't know. Hey, we got DePoets in the house. DePoets in the house. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I was thinking about you as I was making this new desk that I'm making. I'm going to rack mount my PC, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Do I get an actual rack mountable PC case, or do I like jerry rig something? I don't know. It's a good. It's a question, but it's gonna be a command center. I'm gonna rule the world from this desk, one way or the other. It's good to see you, though, man. Thunderbolt on the iPhone. Whew, what are you talking about? I mean, if they put the M1 in the iPhone, why not? Why not? It would be cool to be able to like plug a Thunderbolt audio interface into take a Thunderbolt interface and plug it into an iPhone. That would be cool for sure. But I don't know if they would go that way. I've seen that Thermaltake case. I was looking at I want to say it was a Silverstone case or something that actually is like, it's actually like a rack mountable thing that you just put in. It's like a 4-unit rack space, and it locks on the front. It's a server, I guess. It's not going to come back with the headphone jack. Why I keep dwelling on it? Well, because the headphone jack is awesome. The headphone jack is. I just heard that Nokia is bringing back the headphone jack in a phone. So I don't know if it's going to be a flagship phone. I mean, we've had this conversation before. There are not very many flagship phones with headphone jacks, but there are plenty of mid-tier phones with headphone jacks. So if you want a headphone jack, you can go there. But the thing is, like, they're not the greatest headphone jacks in the world. Mike says, e-waste argument is BS. You can't complain about e-waste if you still want chargers in boxes. That is what we call a false dichotomy, fraudulent argument. You can complain about e-waste and still want a charger because you want to have something to charge your phone with. Just because other people make an e-waste argument about chargers does not mean that everyone makes an e-waste argument about chargers. So e-waste is a real thing. How you tackle the problem of e-waste, or if you tackle it at all, is up for discussion. And discussion has been and will be and will continue to be had. But you taking away a charger and saying nobody needs it just so you can make a little bit more money and then claim environmental goodness is bullcrap. So Apple is talking out the side of their face about their environmental stuff. It will have an environmental impact. However, that impact will be secondary to how much money they will make over and above without the charger in the box. They wouldn't have done it if they weren't going to make money. So being upset about losing the charger does not mean that you can't talk about e-waste. That's my point. Well, thinking Fox, I think they will remove the screen. I think they will remove the screen. I think the screen will become like holographic. I do think that in some way or another, whatever's going on with the Apple Watch will become the new physical form factor of phone, but we will have like AR eyeballs or something. That's to me where we're going with all of this. Foldable phones are not the future. Foldable phones are like the training wheels of the bicycle of the future. Write that down. That was brilliant. Foldable phones are the training wheels of the bicycle of the future. Well, yeah, I mean, if e-waste was a concern, yeah, we would make products that last and not try and get people to buy new ones every year. But e-waste is not the concern for the companies. E-waste should be a concern for the consumers, though, because, whatever. We want to live in a world that's not going to, explode in a cloud of battery acid. But yeah, the AR stuff is going to be the next thing. And it's going to, it will somehow, like, at least initially, there will have to be some sort of physical form factor, I saw today that that the new, again, this is a leak or a rumor, so take it for whatever you want to take it for. I saw today that the upcoming Apple Watch will be able to test BAC, blood alcohol content. So, and I immediately imagine this dystopian world where Apple makes a car, and then like you go out to the bar and you drink, and then your car knows that you're over the legal limit, so it won't turn on. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I haven't had a drink in 10 years, but I just had this thought, and it's very interesting. Very interesting. Muhammad, good to see you this evening. The cops wouldn't trust it. No, the cops would. I mean, the cops got to make money too. The cops, they have to write tickets and put people in jail and all that kind of stuff, because the cop shop industrial complex has to continue on, right? Yeah. Which will come first, Apple Glass or Apple Car? Glass, for sure. For sure. I don't think we'll see an Apple Car. Maybe in 5 years. Maybe in 5. I mean, I'm just thinking like what an incredibly in-depth undertaking it is to design a car from the ground up. Even if you get freaking bugs, yuck. Even if you get to the place where you're using other people's knowledge to sort of start from, yeah, I don't see a car happening within 5 years. So, BAC too high. iMessage has been disabled. No, iMessage should send out an automatic message to like automatic message to your mom. If your blood alcohol is too high, you send out an iMessage to mom saying your son or daughter is about to get into a car and try and drive with the blood alcohol content of 0.086. 0.08 being the legal limit for most places in the United States, as far as I know. Sam wrecked his Tesla. Oh no. Oh no, that sucks. Reckon anything sucks. Apple Watch registers if you are drunk, blocking ability to send text messages to X. Yeah, yes, that would be good. That would, like, if you could put a certain set of numbers into a do not text if blood alcohol content over 0.08 and put them on like the do not contact list. So yeah, that would be good, because then, I mean, booty calls would be that the booty calls would be lessened, I suppose, and marriages would be saved. The new watch will also measure uh, THC levels. That would be something. Yeah, it's like, but then wouldn't you have to blow in it, or would it just be able to tell? Oh man, you know, they used to have like these like they claim to be breathalyzers in bars. Like, you could blow into this machine and it would tell you if you were okay to drive. I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying, Franklin, is like smart cars connected to smart watches then could like detect the blood alcohol and then say, like, it would do one of two things. It would either not start, or it would not let you drive, and it would drive you home. That would be awesome. It's like, you pay that money for a Tesla or an Apple car or whatever it is, and then and then it drives you home when you're drunk. Man, so many people would be alcoholics if that was the case. Yeah, I think somebody said something about blood pressure, and I think now I just saw this headline. I did, so don't quote me on this, but I do think that they said something about being able to test blood pressure as well, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There were two or three things that they were saying were possible, and one of them was testing blood alcohol, and I think another one was blood pressure, but I'm not sure. Blood oxygen, right? I think it can. I think the 6 can do blood oxygen. Speaking of which, though, man, we've been in the George Orwell dystopia for forever. It just, we haven't noticed because of TV. TV. See, this is where Karl Marx got it wrong. Religion is not the opiate of the masses. Nah. It's TV. TV is the opiate of the masses. We sit staring in the golden blue light, watch things happen around us. Nobody says a word. Oh yeah. I think that was one of the things. Temperature was one of the things, and also the ability to sort of like test for, some of the symptoms of COVID, not test for COVID itself, but like some of the markers, the markers. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, for COVID. Television, I mean, let's be honest. Life would suck without television, right? Internet, whatever, whatever it is that you use to watch your stories. Life would suck without those things. So, ergo, life sucks. Because, it's like if your life would suck if you couldn't drink alcohol, then two things: you're an alcoholic and your life sucks. That's just blood alcohol, blood pressure, and temperature. Okay, thank you, Gaylord. Thank you. That makes sense to me. I think that's what I saw as well. Yeah, I don't have cable. I mean, I guess I have YouTube TV that we pay for, but we only pay for that because of sports. So, I can get rid of that now, because as much as I love baseball, I don't have time to watch a baseball game anymore. Who has 3 hours to sit around and just watch these guys stand on the field? I mean, and the Yankees suck. So, Drone Lord says, on a good note, my wife uses both an insulin pump and a blood sugar tester. Both are wireless and use an app. No more injections or test strips. Yes. The technology that's coming around for health related stuff is incredible. I had a really close friend. Well, I mean, he's still my friend. We just don't live close to each other. But he was type 1 diabetic since he was very young, and he used to have to do needle sticks and I think 2 or 3 injections a day. And yeah, it was gory. Just terrible. So yeah, the technology that's out there now for diabetics and other folks with other conditions that are then connected to apps. In fact, I'm doing a video on this week, but a company called 8 Sleep sent me a bed, a mattress. It's a smart bed. They're smart beds. Anybody love Starship Troopers? Do you guys that movie is so underrated. It is so good. There's some kind of smart bug. It's some kind of smart bed. Anyway, 8 Sleep sent me this bed, and it has this layer on top. It has a CPU that it's connected to, and it heats and cools water and pumps it through the bed, but it also tracks your sleep, right? And I've in the 2 weeks that I've been using this bed, I have discovered exactly how terrible I sleep. Okay, terrible, absolutely awful. And then I got a message from them this morning. It says your heart rate variability changed. It was below its normal range. So I guess like the normal range that I've been doing is like 37 to 99 milliseconds, or then it was down. So it could be stress, it says, or something like I don't know. Very strange. But this app is crazy. Like, look at this. That's my sleep score based on all kinds of things like time slept and time to leave bed and all kinds of crazy stuff. 22 out of 100. 22 out of 100. I suck at sleeping. I suck at sleeping. And maybe this will help me. But look at this. Like, you can turn it on. It has a little on button there. And then like it cools the bed down when you get in, when you set your bedtime, and then it warms it up when it's time to get to bed. So at bedtime, it cools my bed down by 3 degrees. Then it goes up to like -1 degrees, and then it heats up by 3 degrees when it's time for me to get up. So I'm supposed to go to bed at 11 and wake up at 7. And I have not done that. I think this past Saturday, I slept for more than 8 hours. It's the first time in 2.5 weeks. It's probably the first time in longer than that, but that's all I've been tracking. So it's pretty incredible. So yeah. I need to be a better sleeper. Because then maybe. So this is like a sleep number bed. This is like if Apple made a sleep number bed, basically. That's the way I'm looking at it. So video's coming out, I think, this Saturday. I'm working on it. So at any rate, though, that reminds me that I need to like eat some food and relax for a while and get ready to go to bed so that I can get up tomorrow and finish this desk. So I'm gonna peace out, as the kids say. So Bob, here's the dirty secret. Mrs. Painfully Honest and I have separate beds because I snore, and when my daughter was born, my wife became a much lighter sleeper, and she just can't sleep in the same room with me. So there you go. There's a little window into the Painfully Honest household. And now it's been so my daughter's 17. My daughter was a terrible sleeper, so my wife was always like hyper aware, and I was working nights at a newspaper at the time that my daughter was very young. So it all just kind of coincided to like, well, I'll just sleep in the other bedroom where my daughter is supposed to be sleeping. And from there, it just kind of went into this whole thing. So I've got the queen size super smart mattress. She has a very nice memory foam mattress that I bought for her last year. So we're all good. It's all good. It's nice to have your own space. So Donald Trump sleeps 3 hours a night. Man, I don't know. It would explain a lot. For sure. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna bounce off and go do the thing. You know, peace out, as the kids say. The peace out. The peace out. I'll be back on Friday for some painfully honest Friday morning coffee. So if you're awake, I'll try and do it. I keep trying to do it earlier, but then my daughter goes to school at like 9 o'clock, so it's hard to do. I did get a sleep study done. This was probably like 10 or 11 years ago. Did get a sleep study done to see if I had sleep apnea, and the answer was no. So I just, I've just always been a snoring person, I guess. So anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks for being here. Thanks to everybody who super chatted, who became new members, who did all those things. Really enjoyable stream tonight. Really had fun. And I will speak with y'all